John F. Kennedy, before his assassination, had a famous quote where he said that the word secrecy should be repugnant to a free or an open society. Repugnant meaning, in other words, unacceptable. And so John F. Kennedy, I guess you could say that he was speaking up. And so he spoke up to a point where I guess there was entities that felt that he should be shut up.
The very word secrecy is repugnant in a free and open society. And we are, as a people, inherently and historically opposed to secret societies, to secret oaths, and to secret proceedings.
And so he was assassinated, but why was he talking about repugnance to secret oaths and secret orders and societies? Okay, I'll tell you why. Because unbeknownst to many, secrecy is not always something that's open to the public. Like knowledge is secret. Symbols are secret. For example, you hear a lot of discussion about the star Sirius and the Egyptian symbols and their mysteries, but have you ever done the research on Sirius? Sirius is the Latin word which came to the Greeks as Sothis. Sothis came down to the Egyptians in language called Sapit, and that was the star system, or the name for the Egyptian star Sirius, which rises above those pyramids of Giza to the pharaoh Cheops. But Sirius, that star in the Egyptian hieroglyphs, is mainly an obelisk like the Washington Monument, a pentagram like the Pentagon, and an oval like the Oval Office, which are what? Three sacred symbols in architecture of Capitol Hill in Washington, D.C. Has anyone ever wondered why the Pentagon is a five-sided shape in the form of a pentagram? Why do they use the Egyptian obelisk and the monument? Because it was relative to astronomy. You also seen this in what you call the black sun in the Vril Society. What's the concept of a black sun? Before the Smithsonian Institute changed their logo, they used to bear the symbol of a black sun, because the Black Sun Society was a party that used that symbol when the Nazis were at reign, and that's allegedly where they were in laboratories creating what they call, the concept of anti-gravity, etc. But this is what I'm saying, this concept of secrecy. Another architectural secret which you'll see coming down in Egypt about the pyramids and the capstone. And so you've most likely seen these pyramids without the capstone. Why are they void of a capstone? They're missing a capstone because, remember, at the apex of the pyramid was always the all-seeing eye. And the all-seeing eye was relative to God, that which can see but cannot be seen. And so on the back of your dollar bill, you see the pyramid with the capstone, and the all-seeing eye is above it. Pyramids of Giza, you see they're void of a capstone. Side note, this is for my Jehovah's Witnesses. Those you may not know, and I'm not downing them, but the founder of it was a man named Charles Taze Russell, and at his burial chamber, he has a pyramid without the capstone. Why does the founder of the Jehovah's Witness have a burial tomb in the sign of a pyramid? Well, I'll give you what I would say is the meaning or understanding of it. I believe it's the 6th dynasty, somewhere around 2000 BC. There was a high priest in Egypt called Meruka, and inside his burial chamber he would have pyramids with skirts. What's with the pyramid skirts? Well, I'll give you an understanding. If you look at the pyramid, at the apex, the all-seeing eye was at the top. And inside this tomb, Meruka, his navel is the apex of the pyramid. Now, if you don't know about the all-seeing eye in the pyramid, the all-seeing eye was always synonymous with God, meaning that which can see but cannot be seen. The Creator, he can see all, but you can't see it, or him, or her. At the apex of the pyramid rests the navel of the priest Meruka. And so, if you don't know, the navel is synonymous with life-giving. Navel is related to the word navy. In the Navy, the ships sit in the canal, synonymous with where you were birthed. Your mother birthed you through the birth canal, and she shipped you to this earth. But the concept of a navy and the navel being relative to the sea, the water inside your mother's womb, it's all related. And so by those Egyptians who were burying their kings in their chambers, entombed of a pyramid, and their skirt around the fertility area was always saying what? That these people will always be life-giving, meaning, in other words, they would have everlasting life. You can find some relativity inside the understanding of the pyramid and the steps. You know, the pyramids, I believe it's at Mastabas. This is a place somewhere in Egypt, but they have step pyramids similar to the step pyramids that you see in ancient America with the Aztec and the Mayans, Olmecs, etc. And also, the concept of a step is also another field of study which has some type of almost like a hidden or secret knowledge to it, because steps are synonymous with being elevated. Anytime you climb steps, it shows you, or it portrays you ascending to a certain amount of knowledge. So when you graduate, you get a degree, you always have to climb the steps, or the stairs. The stairs is related to the light. Light is true, and so that's why you have this concept of the stairway to heaven, where you get to God. So yeah, steps, stairways, they always show the concept of what? Following a path. That's why you have sayings like step right up or step off on the right foot. And so the Egyptians in their military strategy, you see them always stepping forward on the left or the right foot. And so that's where you get sayings like to step out on someone, or to get in step. If you're in the military, in order to get right, when you're marching, you have to get in step.